Okay, so a little time has passed since I was here last. So let's see if we look in the top left now. We're offline for 8,240 seconds and generated 0 cookies because we don't have any per second, right? What we need to do is populate the store. We're actually gonna head over into our game instance. I believe that is where we're saving it now. Inside our shop entry struct. In here, we're gonna add one thing for now. It's gonna be a clicker. It's gonna have the icon of the one that I downloaded. It's gonna cost, let's do 15. It's not unlocked. We have 0. And the CPS is gonna be 0.1, right? So now we have a cookie. It's probably not gonna generate, nope, because we need to remove the save, so I'll be right back. Okay, remove the save. Now if we play, now we got our cookie, our clicker up there. Also, you can add so that the image still shows if you want to, or you can make like a grayed out version of the image. I'm just gonna have it like this. It's also not showing the price of it, so let us figure that out. If all else fails, print out the fucking results. Select the quantity to buy. That has to be the problem. Inside of our store, select the quantity to buy is probably 0. Yeah, so we're dividing it by 0. Removing the save again. And now we got 999 up there, and that is wrong, but it's about to load up. Probably no, not okay. Because we haven't plugged it in. Okay, my bad. Okay, we're back at it. Now it costs 50. Let us so we can get 15, and then we can click it. Nothing. There we go. Now we got 0.1, and it's gonna start ticking up. The price did not change. It did change internally, just not. We need to update the store entry after we buy this. So we are calculating the CPS, and then we need to call our update. No, we don't need to call our update. We can call our HUD-ref and then initialize the stats from that, because that's gonna do everything for us. So they're like so, and then we can return with a handled. Play now. That's 21 because we have already gotten some in our save, remember? So after deleting the save, now it costs 15. It's blank. Buying one at 15. Now we can see what it's called. It's called a clicker. We're seeing everything. It's costing 21 now, so let's get it. 29. Another thing that I think it does. I think Cookie Clicker does this. So when you buy one, when you then left click, it's gonna also click with this. I think. Yeah, I think that is the case. So we are gonna do that. So over on our cookie, let's find that. There's our cookie. When we click the button, we're firing off click. Yeah, let's get it. So get your game instance ref. Get your item. What the fuck have we called this one? Shop entry struct. Get a copy of the first one, because the first one is the clicker, right? We know that. And then we can break that and get the amount owned. Plus, and then we want to get the amount owned, divide that by 10, because that is how much the clicks are worth. And then do a plus, change this out to a float, make that 1, and then add it, like so. So now it's going to click with the people as well. So expected valid number. This one is going to be a float. This one is also going to be a float, even though we are plugging in a freaking vector up there. We are dealing with floats mainly in our system, like so. So now I have one cookie apparently, no, one clicker, so this is going to be 0.1. Oh, it's not adding 1 though. So let's figure that out. We haven't added this again. There we go. 1 for our click, and then for the... Should we have an upgrade level on our click? We might add that later. Anyway, this is how you add that. Going into our store, because it's technically part of that. This is our WBP purchased items widget. This is the one that goes in our middle of our screen. It's going to be the side, and all it's going to have is a wrap box. Now, You could just add a wrap box to the HUD. You don't have to have a separate widget for this. I am, however, having a separate widget in order to I like it like that. It's gonna be variable. Purchased items wrap box. Like so. Center that to middle. And actually let's dock it because we're gonna have to do some work here. Go to the graph. Here we can add our HUD ref. Just delete everything. Add a custom event. This is going to be generate purchased items. And as we do with all, we're going to clear the box that we're adding it to. We're going to get our HUD ref, get our game instance, get the shop entry struct. We're going to do a for each loop out of our struct. We're going to do a branch out of it. We're going to check if unlocked is equal to true. If that is true, then we're going to create widget. Now we're going to have another one. So it's going to be WBP purchased items entry widget. Name these however you want it to be. Entry widget. Our entry widget needs some intel. And actually, let's just set it up real fast. So get a size box in there. The size box is going to have a width and height override. I'm going to do 720 by 128. The side on screen so you can see how it looks. I'm going to add a border 2 and all. Another border 2 and all. First border, brush color, take it down a notch. Second border, brush color, add it, the gray one that we saved previously. I'm going to add a wrap box. This wrap box is going to have a padding of 2. It's going to be aligned to the left. Everything is okay with a wrap box, actually. We don't have to do too much about that. Actually, I'm not sure if you'd actually need it. You can probably just add a scroll box to this, now that I think about it. Anyway, I'm going to add a scroll box. This one's going to be variable. Entry, scroll, box, fill empty space. Everything in the align is fine. It's not going to be vertical, it's going to be horizontal. And that is fine. Now let's go into our graph. In here, we can add our shop, store, entry struct. It's going to be the store. Why haven't I named it shop yet? Store entry struct. God damn it. It's going to be exposed and editable. Can keep the construct. I'm going to do a for loop. Get the struct. Break that open. Get amount owned -1. To get our loop, our last index. From each of these entries, we're going to create widget. And the widget that we're going to create is the... Again, you don't have to do this in widget form. I'm just doing it in widget form. I'm going to call purchased entry small. And purchased entry small is ridiculously simple. It's just a image. Again, as I said previously many times, you don't have to do it like I'm doing it. You can add these in a better way. I am just separating everything in widgets. The image, a set brush from texture. Texture, we need the info, which is the store entry struct. Yeah. Editable and expose that. Break this. Now we have our icon. That is all we're going to have for our purchase entry. Make sure that it's this side. Yeah. We're going to refresh, and the purchase entry small is this one. The info comes from our info like so. We're going to add our scroll box and add child to our scroll box. That is it for that. Now we can head back into our purchase items widget. Out of true, just refresh this for a second. The array element is the store entry struct, then a wrap box, we're gonna add child to wrapbox. Return is the content. Then we need a way to call this. I think we're gonna do it in the HUD. Inside of our HUD, how we add it? It's here. No. Purchased items widget. I think it's this one. Should be this one. Don't name shit like I name shit, please. It's not good. Anyway, he needs the HUD ref, which is the return of that one. Then we're gonna have a delay. This is just to ensure that everything is loaded in before we start doing that. So now we can generate purchased items after like a 2-second delay. At least I'm gonna do 2 seconds. Pause and save, hit play. There we go. Okay, so now it's generating them in. We have 2. Is that right though? When we generate that, we can probably initiate the stats once more. Let's head into our game instance and try to see on our tick if we also call our save game function. Okay, now this one is actually working out. 3, 6. So now we can go back here because I knew this was feeling wrong. It's the save that was the problem. 0.7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that is actually working just fine. We do have a decimal issue over here though. So let's head into our stats widget. Yeah, we need to do a 2-text float and double or float. Let's do float. Maximum 1 fractional. Copy that over here. Plug that in. Double check that it's fine. Everything's good. Pause and save. Hit play. Now we got 1 fraction. And our cookies are loading and saving accordingly. However, let's also add another to our store just so we can see how that looks. And I think that is it for our game. So in order to add something, it's very, very, very simple. All you do is you go to your cookie game instance. Actually, first thing you do is you go to your save game and you remove that save game. Then you go into your shop entry struct and then you add a new one. We're going to call this one grandma. The icon is going to be grandma. It's going to cost 100. You have 0, it's going to produce 1 cookie a second. If I now hit play on that, now we have it up there. However, we don't actually have it here because we have nothing here yet, right? Then we bought that. Okay, so we actually need to fix something else as well. The store entry, when we buy this item, go over here. On buy item, we do want to, maybe we want to do it here. Actually, we can do it on here, at the end here. So get your game instance, get your HUD, and then, what do we call that? Get your purchase items widget, and then generate purchased items. So every time you buy one, it's going to generate again. So remove your save games, hit play. Let's make a cookie that generates instantly. Let's make another one. 21. There we go. Now it's going to tick 0.2. If I go out, let it go for a little bit so that you can see that the offline mode is working. Hit play. And it has generated 4 cookies in that time. And of course, let's just click until we get the grandma so you can see that it adds the grandma as well. That's the grandma. Producing 1.2. If I hit 10, nothing's actually going to work, so we're going to fix that now. When we click these buttons, let's set that up. So 1, 10, and 100. Set selected quantity to buy. to those numbers. So 1, 10, and 100. Move these up together. It doesn't have to be this far apart because we're going to merge them here again. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get the shop entry items. Scroll box. Get all children. Do it for each loop. Plug that in like so. For each of them, we are going to cast to store entry. And we're going to call our update. Play. I can change out what I want to buy. I do want to test this though, so let's see if we can do that. 294, I'll be back in a second. There we go. So I bought 10. That's going to add it up there. So we are going to head into our store entry designer. No, that's not it. We're going to head into our purchase widget. No. Where the fuck is that? Entry. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to remove this scroll box. We're going to set this wrap box to be variable. Compile to get the error. Then we're going to change out our wrap box for the scroll box for the wrap box. What that is going to do is going to fill up this wrap box, and we're going to figure out maybe later how to handle that. Anyway, that's basically how you would make a cookie clicker though, with the online double check to make sure that no one can fuck around with it. You should probably host it on your own though, or find an API that you know is going to be up for forever, or as long as your game is going to be up, because you can't get guarantees that the ones that you're using now or the ones that we are using now is going to stay up forever. If you're integrating this into Steam or Google or whatever, Epic, then you probably want to use their API, so that, you know, if that their API goes down, the fucking server is down anyway, so you know what I mean. Anyway, thank you for watching, and remember to join the Discord if you want. It's well, I hope to build a little community over there. And yeah, remember to like, subscribe, and all of that, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.